All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Lifelong Gunner Podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Help me to get into the algorithm and help me to take this channel to the next level. All right, guys. So game day today. Almaty, Kairat Almaty, Champions League. An opportunity to let's say right the wrongs of the weekend. That game against Manchester United. I know a lot of Arsenal fans are very deflated, very disenchanted, very not full of optimism for the future or for the end of the season. But this is the opportunity to kind of get back on track, right? So not much at stake. I think at this point, us and Bayern Munich are guaranteed a place. The only two teams that are guaranteed a place right now in the next round, in the knockout phases. And every other team, if they don't finish within the top eight, and I think a lot of teams will be really going for it. Today should be a very interesting day. I don't know how well the matchups are in terms of team against team, but I know the points are very close, and a lot of teams will be really wanting to get into that top eight so they can avoid the the two-legged playoff. That is, if you're in other competitions and if you are trying to win the domestic cup, then playing at another two extra games is something that you probably not really want. So teams like Manchester City, you know, depending on how what result they get today, might have to play that two-legged, which will play into our favor. So hopefully they don't get through today and they have to end up playing out. All right, end up in that two-leg playoff. All right, guys. So let's do predicted 11 for this game. All right, so Arsenal versus Kairat Almaty. I want to see Kepa in goal. I want to see Ben White at right back. Nkapie and Mosquera centre back. I want to see Gabriel and Saliba to get break to get a rest. I want Raya to get a rest. Um, Califiori, I want Califiori to come in. I don't know how ready he is, but I want him to get some minutes because I personally want to see Califiori in that left back position because I don't see, especially from an attacking point of view, him and Ben White, when they play, we are a lot more potent in attack. We are more unpredictable. We're more dynamic. We occupy different spaces and we become more dangerous when they play. And when Timber, and Timber has been getting better from this point of view. Timber is primarily a very, very defensive player, but he has been showing a willingness and showing the competence of being able to be dynamic enough to change his game to become more attacking. No surprise there. But right now for Arsenal, we definitely need to have more ideas in that attacking third. Right, guys? So I want to see Califield come back in, get some minutes. He's been out for a while because we're going to need this guy. All right. And when he does come back and he's fit, guys, Mikel Arteta needs to know how to use him and to lessen his minutes. He has to start trusting his squad more, I guess. So Kepa in goal, Ben White at right back, Nkapie, Mosquera centre back. They play well together, I guess, because they're both Spanish speaking. Califiori at left back, Norgard, who needs more minutes, um, central defensive midfield, and the two CMs being Eze and Zubimendi. Eze needs the minutes, and he has something to prove, so I want him to go there and I want him to at least get on the score sheet and get on the end of a couple of assists. Um, and Zubi Mendy can come in or can stay in the squad and try to put that horrible performance behind him from Manchester United. I expect to see Madueke and Martinelli start at right wing and left wing respectively. Um, they've been especially good in the Champions League, so I want to see them start this game. Um, I want them to see them start against Inter Milan, but based on how we played against Inter Milan, I have no qualms. So I'll let that slide. But for this game, 100%, especially because Martinelli loves a lesser opposition. So he can show his tricks and skills Can't do it in a big game, but he can do it against the little men, which is doesn't say much about a person's character. But I want to see them in the squad, and if they're in the squad, I want to see them scoring goals, guys. They have to be scoring goals because this is basically their bread and butter at this point. And then I want to see Gabriel Jesus continue his goal scoring form in the Champions League. Who goes against Inter Milan? Hopefully, he can come into this game and probably hit us with a hat trick. That would be very good to see. Um, the other talking points that I want to see Havertz hopefully get at least 30 minutes from this game. Maybe the last 30 minutes of the game. If not, you take off Jesus at 45 and you put on Havertz at 45. Give him a good solid half an hour, good solid 45 minutes of running into his legs and also game time. Because um, like Calafiori, we're going to need Havertz. He's our most dynamic, competent striker. He gets the goals. He has more threat, more aerial ability. His press is more solid, and so forth. And his ability to score goals is just better overall. So guys, so yeah, so that's my predicted 11, and these are some of the things that I hope to see. These are for the most part fringe players. So I want to see them come in and actually stake a claim because the competition has to continue to be high for people to perform better. Um, and I want to see Mikel Arteta starting to implement that idea because one thing that Sir Alex Ferguson of Manchester United used to do is that he used to, when Ruud van Nistelrooy would get to a certain amount of goals, he used to just bench him for no reason. So he doesn't win the Golden Boot. Or to increase appetite for the next. So you bench him for bench him for a game or two. So just to kind of keep him angry and wondering. So when he does get that game, the next game, he takes it out on the couple people next couple teams that he plays again. A bag of goals. So Mikel Arteta needs to know how to bench players to get a reaction out of them sometimes. Um, yeah, so guys, so that's what I want to see. In the comment section down below, let me know what your prediction 11 is. Tell me if there's any chops and changes you'd make to my 11. Maybe you disagree with my 11. Let me know what your grievances are. Let me know what you would do instead and why you would do it that way. Um, yeah, and that's it. So guys, I'm going to do a reaction video to this game. So look out for that later. All right, guys. And also, guys, we have our women have a big game today in the Women's European Super League. I guess all the champions of whatever super competition or whatever premier competition are in this. Just like how we have our the Champions League, where we win the Champions League, go to this specific cup, the European Super Cup, I think it's called. Yeah, so the girls have a game today. So that should be interesting. So I'll probably do a little video on that as well if you guys are interested in that. If not, then so be it. But I will definitely try to do a breakdown on video. So I have two games to watch today. So come on, you Arsenal, let's do this. All right, guys. Peace and love. Don't forget, hit that subscribe and hit that like button, guys. If you don't subscribe, hit that like button. All right, help your boy out. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace and love.